Google is getting ruined by AI. Now, have you ever tried to Google something and then that AI overview comes up, like an AI overview on Google, and you, instead of actually trying to like find websites, it now just shows like a little AI box and it doesn't actually help you find out what's going on and what you're trying to search. Now that's actually happening on Google. So as you try to search something on Google, it's coming up with this little AI box. Now you might think, oh, but that's helpful, like that's actually cool. But a lot of the time that information is wrong, or that information isn't actually sourced properly. Like it's sourced from Reddit or it's sourced from jokes. Like there's even a tab where people were searching like how many rocks should you eat a day, and Google was saying like, oh, you should eat 1 to 2 rocks a day. Like that's actually incomplete, crazy information. So sometimes like it's always good to actually try and scroll down and do your research, look at independent articles, actually scroll like past page 1, 2, 3 that are mostly sponsored, and actually try to get to the information you found. Like actually do peer review, actually look at like primary research, secondary research, like actually try to research things properly. Don't just look at the Google AI box or ChatGPT. Like actually like cross-reference your information, because even ChatGPT can be wrong sometimes. Like a lot of the time people rely on this information because, oh, you know, ChatGPT or it's Google, but sometimes like they can be outdated information, or it could be sourcing something from like 10 years ago that's not actually relevant to now. Like a lot of the time, even if you search like world population, it will come up 2023 or 2024, but I want an accurate world population of what the world population is now currently. And that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you got to go into Worldometer, which actually tracks like the live, I think it's like 8.3 billion people in the world right now currently. Like it tracks it live, and that's my point, is that sometimes when it comes to AI overviews and these kinds of things, they're not actually helpful. But anyways, if you enjoy my channel, make sure to subscribe and like, because I'm going to be posting constant daily uploads. You guys got to give me information on what you want me to talk about, and I'll make a video. But yeah, I just wanted to go more in detail about this whole Google thing. That I understand that Google is scared of ChatGPT. They're scared of, you know, these Grok AI and the new AI tools. So now they're trying to implement their own AI. That's why even they've got Gemini's installed in the new Google phones automatically. And, you know, AI is a helpful tool, but sometimes it's also incorrect information. So that's why it's always good to cross-reference. And I feel like if people rely on that specifically for information, they're going to get the wrong information sometimes, or they're going to get misled information. So sometimes it's like, for example, like, you know, sometimes correlation doesn't mean causation. So for example, like let's say like frog population is going down and bee population is going down. They're not correlated. Yes, they're both going down in population, like bees are becoming more and more extinct, but that doesn't correlate to frogs. You know what I'm trying to say? Or sometimes just because one statistic shows that more and more people are spending their money on video games and more people are spending their money on chocolate, they're not actually connected. They're completely different industries with completely different markets and different consumers. So that's my point. And sometimes just because things are correlated, or more and more people are single now, yeah, but there's a lot of more people also married who are also becoming more and more religious, or going to church and actually meeting the loves of their lives and getting married. So, you know, it's just depending on what country, depending on area, depending on who's actually like surveying the information. So that's why even when it comes to supplements, if they say, oh, this supplement can boost your testosterone, but okay, but if the sample was only 100 people, or they sampled it on rats, or they sampled it in some specific country where the testosterone was lower, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's always good to cross-reference information, that when it says, oh, 1 in 5 people liked our product, or this reviewed, or 5-star reviews, yeah, but that could be 5 stars from bots, or that could just be someone that's actually just manipulating numbers. Have you ever seen movies that got like 5-star reviews, or like, yeah, this movie's great, and then you've watched it and you think this movie's crap? Like, I don't know who rated it 5 stars. Like a lot of the time there's marketers or teams behind things, or even when you watch a YouTube trailer for something and it's got like millions of views, but then it's only got like 100,000 comments or like 10,000 comments, those views could be fake. Like anybody can fake anything. And this is the point with the whole AI overview problem, is that on Google, this whole AI overview of people just reading the first thing they see, and even it's very marketed in their adverts. Are very marketing of, oh, you can just Google something and it comes up with a specific answer straight away in the box. That's great, but at the same time, that's not actually helping you click websites. And that's why the internet is dying, is because a lot of websites aren't getting clicks, aren't getting traffic, because Google wants you to stay on their page. As soon as you click a link and go into another page, Google's not getting any money anymore. Google's not actually looking at your IP anymore, what you're doing on the internet. That specific website domain is. So that's why they want to keep you on Google on the main screen. That's why they want you to click the more information and look at the AI overview box, or look at the news articles right underneath, or go into Google Images to search something. something, it's because they need you to keep onto their platform. It's the same reason why you're on Instagram and you scroll a lot of the time, but then if someone puts a link in like a comment, that will get removed. Is because they don't want you to click onto a link and go to another website. They want you to stay on their website. It's the same reason on YouTube, although they recommend you other videos after you finish watching a video, it's because they want you to stay on their platform. They don't want you to go to another platform or go to Netflix or go to Hulu or go to another streaming site. They want you to stay onto their site. It's the same reason why they allow people to upload clips from Twitch and kick onto YouTube. Is because they want people to stay onto their platform. It's all a business model at the end of the day. I always say this in my videos, that a lot of the time you got to follow the money, and once you follow the money, you'll understand the point of the channel, or you'll understand the point of what's going on. You know what I mean? So like, as I said, at the end of the day, my channel, I love posting on YouTube, and if YouTube ever removes me, then it is what it is, and you knew, like, it is what it is. That was, my information was correct, but that's my point. Is like, when it comes to this whole Google AI overview thing, you really got to look into it, that like a lot of the time they're just posting stuff because they want to keep people on the platform. They want to keep as many people as they can monitored. They want to see what you're searching. They want to check what you're searching. And that's why sometimes it's okay to like using like a fake account, or like search on a different account or a different device, just to cross-reference the information and see if you're actually getting the same result. There was actually a good film made on it called The Social Dilemma on Netflix, and they actually showed how different people in different areas can search something on Google and get like completely different answers. And that's crazy. Like, you're using a search tool, but you just, depending on where you live or depending on the area, it knows to give you specific information. So like, for example, let's say like you're in a country where mostly people are vegetarian, the food options they give you as a top results will be vegetarian. Even if there are meat restaurants or steak houses nearby, they will prioritize that. It's the same reason if you're in a cold country and you look at shops to like buy stuff, it will come up with shops that you can buy umbrellas, or you can buy rain jackets, or you can buy raincoats. It's the same thing. It, depending on where you are, your geolocation can actually track what they show you. This is why even if you want to buy a plane ticket or you want to travel somewhere, always use a VPN, always go on incognito, always try to look at different websites on different devices so you can find a good cheap price, because it's called price. It's called like prioritized pricing or personal pricing, and that's what you got to look at. So yes, like, AI tools are good and helpful and whatever, but at the same time they can use it as a detriment. They can be used in the wrong way, and that's what I'm trying to say, that with Google and the whole AI tools and overviews, you got to really be careful and cross-reference a lot of the information. But anyways, my name's Krish. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and we're going to be uploading again tomorrow. But you guys take care, and I really hope you enjoy.